Good. Whatever it is, wherever you are. See how comfortable talking is. I had a tooth out on Wednesday, and things have gone pretty good, so I don't want to do any talking yet. Possibly won't be doing as much. I've debated whether to have some low music on or something. Okay, well, that does copy over there. So, in fact, we are still missing WebSocket. Now, this will still... I don't remember exactly what this was. Also a thing. I mean, this can still run on 018 fine. I'm just concerned that if these events keep going on, that will continue to get older and older, and you can have things like... I don't know if Elm 18 is a Catalina supported app if I do this on my Apple laptop. Which is actually where I tend to do the final compile and think, which my web stuff is a whole other animal. As far as things I should probably redo sometime. I know the program I use to sync the files up is one of the ones that I need to replace before I can update to Catalina. But most of our stuff is here. I'm just going to have to pull in my little hacked up WebSocket thing and then see what that's going to look like. Now I forget the structure here. Our bin monitor build. Yeah, that's like production bit. Oh no, I was using Foreman for this. And then yeah, I couldn't use supervisor because there's that thing. We've got our backend server, which we'll look at later. Okay, and I guess the other one did Windows specific thing. Was main. That's that bill. That's for the server on Heroku. So I at one time, well, I think the admin, at one time had one page and I added another page, and then I made the ability to wrap them up and swap them. So I don't remember. Okay, yes. Main is in fact our top level thing. Oh, that's just which one we're in, and then we got the two models, which maintain their state between switching. Rather than sort of having like a page state in an enumerated type. The main is the one we want. And you're not going to be doing any WebSockets. Ah, each subscribe to their own things. But your subscription, you have the WebSocket listen. You're listening for match update. This interface is going to be way simpler in this version because they can do all the magic behind the scenes. Just a watch. Somewhere there was a document. The program to automatically do. There was like just a GitHub doc. This will probably cover most of it. Notes. Reference. There's the release. Oh. Like code. Oh boy. They moved a bunch of stuff around. Oh, docs. There we go. Upgrade instructions. This shouldn't actually. Well, okay, there might. This is what I was looking for. And this change is pretty much just like make a new file, which the new version won't care about the old file. Well, unless they have like a warning. So our proc file dev. Uh, is it? Space mate output. The rest of it stays. I'm actually not sure that these are particularly useful. I probably had to take the bootstrap stuff out of these. I've got a main. Guess you could. Uh, won't need a server yet. Yep. Okay, so it's not this version. And we're not going to be able to compile anything until we do the entire WebSockets overhaul. Okay, it did default to application. Is it in fact source? Browser or HTML? Does sound appropriate. Did I have any test stuff? No, I don't think I did. Does it still use Elm stuff? Does still use Elm stuff, but it's all in a different directory. And clear out everything else from there. All right, so Elm package. Oh, we were doing an Elm test if we don't have any. This may have been an exploration. All right, well, I guess we'll leave that one out for now. It was another exploration. Actually, opening their terminal. Or, oh, I opened you and then didn't use. All right, so we've got core HTML, browser might be new. Elm HTTP requirements. Uh, Yeah. Now WebSocket doesn't exist. So which project had that? Well, some of the Twitch stuff. Yeah, you had the touch chat. Oh, Jason the code was a core thing before. Ah, but we have to mention it to import it apparently. And that doesn't trigger a rebuild. We've got so much other stuff we need to change. Applications packages. All right, 2 int and 2 float. Actually, we've got a node packages here. I should probably try that. All right, we have 2. And they are in fact looking for results. All we're doing here is this. And it's default, so that's fine. Same thing for 2 float. That's string 2. This like my own 2 float? Import string. So yes, that is string 2 float. Oh, that's int 2 float. Well, there might be an ambiguous import warning. Okay, basics 2 string becomes debug 2 string, string dot from int and string dot from float. So this is displaying a looks like an integer value because it's minutes. Same time int. This is going to be string dot. I've not imported string here. String dot from int. Okay. I see a 2 string right here. Oh, because I changed search. That actually, this I'm pretty sure is going to be an int, the level. $1. Amount float. One float. Assembly minimum is the same. Minimum float. Amount and minimum again. Right, because I changed search. Discount level we think is going to be a string dot from int. Discount level again. Map error. This have to be a debug to ID. To be a string dot from int. String. Length. Character length. Be an int. That should be an int. Quantity. Quantity. Dollars. Error. That quantity plus that amount. Minimum. Okay, so we just got debug to string. Remove. Okay, I don't have that. Might be a meta character problem. Yeah, that doesn't look like there. Okay, I didn't have that. But another meta character problem. I don't think we had tuple pair. Ooh, all the styles. I didn't do any custom styles, apparently. Right, that's only for the custom stuff. Yes, the program. This is one of the places that it's going to possibly be uncomfortable. These are full-fledged apps. Now, I don't think any of them do, like, URL management. So maybe that's a browser application. So there's Sandbox. Doesn't do ports or subscriptions. Element, which is a specific thing on the page. For programs, I don't think that. We've got documents, where View has to return a document thing that includes a title. You've got applications that can manage URLs. I think it was still called navigation stuff when it dealt with that. Also the inits. Okay, your init was not a function. You guys were programmed with flags. Watch was not. That might be to support this. Init had an argument. Right, because I'm not in public. Right, require, we have to have. This would probably change too. So, right, we statically loaded our support files. And then doing separate web requests. We just bundle them in with require. And pass that stuff down, which kind of gets the freebie. I don't remember. We've got our full of ports, which is going to get a bit bigger as we do port socket. There's the flags. That's the application. I don't think. Aren't we passing anything from here? I had to get like. It was like navigation and navigation its own kind of. I don't think I'm doing any URL stuff with this one. The word document. I do still have these main programs. Which will actually be a little bit of an issue. To make that work, I'm going to have to. We're going to have the view. And then we're also going to have a document for each one that returns. I'm not actually running a compiler for that. But we just have straight up other error messages. Ah, yes. WebSocket is just not going to exist. Oh, admin, listen to both. But you're not being compiled. So you're going to be sub.none for now. Oh. Well, hope that's still working. Oh, time got pulled out to a separate package too. Cannot find a time.time type. Oh, so that's going to be its own little hell. We're not doing admin yet. Watch has the time. Oh, poll, because we're doing the back. You're going to get back a POSIX. HTML.program. Okay, so we're caught up with this. This is browser, actually. And the particular one that's stopping us right now is watch. I'm not sure you need HTML. So if you do main, you're going to be a document. So you're probably going to be a browser program. Uh, flags model message. And your signature is init. You, which returns something different. So this is actually going to be okay. I think this might happen in document. I just have to see how that works. I think this might be like view.document. We only mentioned that once. I guess for one. The function. No. Map shouldn't be in document. It has to map messages to something. Maybe it is because of my wrapping any other program. Interesting. I did not. No, I call it UI in most of my other programs. sense then. This might be because we have the two different going on. Watch view. Well, I didn't look at fresh. View. So this takes a watch view message. And then it takes a model and it. No, what this returns is this. So you want a document. Oh, no, actually, you don't return this. You return a browser.document of message. Really have a name for this. Body is a list. Right, because it's going to be the body tag, I guess. Wait. View is a model to a document. You can change the title. Oh. I don't know if there's a document. Yeah, so I have to map here. Browser.pro. Okay, so maybe it's not browser program. Maybe program just oh. Can it find html.document in? Okay, now it's looking at the main. No, watch.elm. Browser.document. .send. Where are we now? Maybe it's not called send. I seem to think that there were a lot of We've lost this. I was using another one that was supposed to be more mobile friendly because I sometimes use the high contrast color scheme. I switched off that at some point and haven't bothered enough to turn it back on. All right, what do we got? Now there's http.get. Oh, right, that got poofed into this thing. Sort of like separate, I think. That's a string. That's a decode. Ah, but okay, specs.json with the tagger and then the decoder. Donation.decode. Donation code, server, donation game. Oh, yeah, it's more picky about that. Ah. Error. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. It's just a new entry. Already got donation. And I somehow didn't type my C there. Time dot second. They used to recurring events. That's that kind of recurring. Float. Millisecond. Just just number. And that's even only a temporary to get WebSockets working again. Result JSON decode error. Result string. Maybe. Aha. Your type change. Whoa there. Document. The first argument. Oh. Have to be an application to take argument. Net model. Elements have arguments. Oh, there's no longer a distinction between program and program with flags. All inits have argument. I do never? Your main program wants a never value from JavaScript. Type annotation on main says no. Images like empty list. How about the Elm guide? That may have examples. Of course, that made one of the motivations for going up to okay. Navigate. That's like navigation and URL parts. So where do they introduce? Okay, this is still browser element. Is this the first time they introduced element? There's commands and subscriptions. Okay, so this is element. So what's their example of an init? Okay, they're using, but they're not typing main, so you don't have to worry about what the type. Well, no, actually, this is exactly the type they're using, and they're going to say the type is program blah instead of program no. Right, I guess you can have never as a type that fills in, but you cannot, since there's nothing you can pass, you can't have a function that takes no. Oh boy. Okay, we got this. We got watch to a state. Regex. Valid number. I should probably just go ahead and do regex for now. What other app would deal with a problem like that? Trying to think of any deal with numbers specifically. That's either unfinished or it was the React one. That deal with numbers. Huh. Okay, we'll have to leave that for now. Begin bot. I'm a little bit concerned about the bot part, but how's it going? No. I don't know if like you're building a bot or there's apparently some people there. Lots of people too. Okay. Welcome. I'm I'm a little bit I'm gonna be a little quiet. I just had a tooth out a few days ago. Doing okay so far. Nothing's actually hurting, so that's good. Begin bot bot? Hippiest, thank you. Glad you like me accusing your friends of being robots. Yeah, I've actually been very pleasantly surprised about that part. I'm gonna try spreading out the pain medication a little bit today and see how that goes. So what were you working on today? Well, I'm assuming you're in programming. I occasionally will kind of change categories if I don't see anything more appropriate on when I'm going out, but on regex. Yeah, I think it's like 3 months until I might get a fake tooth here. Just a gap right now. Yeah, and this is actually a very, very simple use. This is just one thing I don't want to dive into right now as we're at the get it to compile stage. Contains. So it's still regex, regex. Wait, do I use? I don't. Does not expose regex. We just removed that. And it doesn't seem to have updated yet. Oh, is it a different file? Ah, this is in menu. Maybe I copied that line from there. Yes, you actually. Uh, so, what replaces that? Nothing. Okay. Maybe it's from string. No, I only use it in one place. Cannot find regex.all. Probably a name change. Wrong way. From string. Fix.no. From string with additional options. Okay, so this probably replaces the all and no, this is case sensitive in multi-line. Where does multi-line mean multiple matches? That would change the return type. Oh, this is probably an option on replace. Regex. Match to string. String. Regex.from string. If it was successful. Oh. No. Regex replace string. So is the regex here a string? Let's user replace. Regex. Match to string. Replacer. Given a match. String index number submatches. Learn what to replace it with. So we've kind of. Okay, replace, if we find this thing at all, replace it with that. And in that string, how do we do it? That might be the multi-line. stopped after some, so I guess that could be replaced at most one. Might have been a case where I didn't actually care and just put in all because it was part of the signature. But it looks like this requires a valid regex. We still have to deal with all of this maybe stuff. Case of replace. Or took that out. Replacer function in string. We also need to drop a character. Syntax highlighter, that one. Program with flat. You might not need ML for anything else. Probably going to swap for browser. Browser. Inbox element document. You have a definite arguments type. View is going to be a message. Oh, nope, I did expose a message type there, so that is actually shared with the view. So this one doesn't need to do any mapping. Oh, well, I guess. Oh, exposing. That's why we aliased it. So we can re-expose that value. Your view is going to have to document, which actually easier. Well, yes, the message map here, when we provide it, would be just a no op, just for kind of. Well, these things are all message, but really they're going to be a message. All this is going to be. I need to check and see if these titles make. So your document is going to from the looks of At view.document. I'm gonna go back to expose that. E.send. Big. Oop. Big. All right, I've only got one here. So this is actually the same one. Game info. Map error. The tagger, and then game info.decode dot options. There's our message stuff again. Type message, error, error. Yeah, just one here. Ah, this must be where I got some of the regex stuff. Or regex contains. Oh, I was looking at regex contains, not the. Or I search for that. With default. Oh, this is the other way to handle the nothing case, I guess. Regex dot from string. Wait, there's digit. Regex dot contains digit. Ah, so that lets you pull these things out. And this is actually really similar to what I'm doing. Of course, this thing is already called valid number. All right. How do I like this? X. No, it's maybe that with. That could perhaps be cleaned up with parsers. Oh, only number. I don't think it has any arguments, so it's just that. I named view. Now maybe I actually do need the view for some of this because I'm building up an application stack. Get there. Oh, probably had some type changes here. Dot string. JSON.decode dot error. HTTP error. This had the separate message type, result string. What was I doing here? This might be slightly improved by the way they do expect JSON now. So this was a result HTTP error. Replace the HTTP error with string. Argument is json.decode.error. Didn't debug to string have changed that? Ah, you get used in two places. Which was the other one being? Which is probably why I mapped them both to string. Well, JSON decode probably used to return that. So we have two different uses here. One is HTTP, which has implicit JSON decoding and can fail for a number of reasons, including JSON decode failure. And then we have WebSockets where we get a string and decode it ourselves, and the error is always a JSON error. Once back the nice status code, the string in this case the debugging explain with the wrong JSON decoder. So either I have to reduce this all to string again, or I have to like wrap it back in an HTTP. You're currently going to string. I would have to, I mean, I guess that's going to string. Oh, the type of this JSON decode failed. We turned that also into a string. Launch.view. Main view. Big watch. Did I change? No, it still exposes a view. Oh, I didn't re-expose it. Oh, right. I took out the alias, not realizing I needed it. Hey, Runcat. Doing okay. Haven't had any major pain. The nation can. Yeah, I replaced it. Actually, it's view we need to. We're not replacing document. Cool. So for yourself, use the document. Uh. Well, yeah. I know I said before, if you really want to streamline it, we just do mobile units only. Possible option for transformers. I guess I don't know if that works, but I know there have been proof of concepts for it. Because you can automatically place them on top of the player's commander. That reduces some of the like planet colony options, but it makes the planet and the position completely unambiguous if you get the player right. You'd still want someone reviewing the donation feed and like approving them, but after that, they can be pretty much executed automatically. That was part of my thought for like how you could do like a stream channel points version where people could just say add unit and you wouldn't need an actual puppet master there to pick and place everything. Well, that's why I said it wouldn't be fully automatic. You'd still have the still have people checking the and editing and checking the feed, updating as necessary. There wouldn't be any room for sort of, like I think like I forget it was from Elodia or to Elodia. Somebody donated like 100 walls and said surround the commander. Like, well, they paid money, sure. Maybe you could still have a puppet master there if you got something really weird. Could go for manual execution. If it, as long as it met the conditions, it could just go in. But yeah, I mean, if everything met that, I mean, like all the 5-minute stuff would just happen at 5 minutes. You wouldn't have any backlog there. I had to think about this because these I think will still need some I was making an argument to document. These are still going to get mapped on the other end? Wasn't watch doing its own map? Well, document ended up doing it, but yeah, view is not. No, your document with your own messages. Oh, so that means actually mission config is the cart app argument. So you're not identity, you are mapped to your own messages. Then the view function that we expose, main view that's doing this. Yeah, you get your model and your model. Oh, so you actually have to be. Oh, no, in yourself. Interesting. What do you here? Launch view message. Oh, you had a little subview thing that you were mapping to. These got game info. So this is still one type for everything on this side. So you don't have a wrapper. You are identity. Oh, you know what? You used to have a map in the thing it returned, or watch. Nicely because of that. You're... HTML.map. Your little subview messages within your whole view module. Uh, you watch view message. Maps it to that type. Cannot find HTML.map. Oh, I do need HTML here just because of that. Document again. Getting those crossed up. Oh, and then you don't have an argument because we're doing this explicitly. The argument is record. No, it's a function, okay. Oh, so you're actually this. Program with flags. We are now in main.elm. We probably only need HTML for this. This becomes browser. The document. You're probably only going to need the document. Main view. All right, and you. Oh, you're never, huh? No, your message. Oh, you actually have a message. Okay, yeah, your local message. I guess that's what it is. You need a mapper? This watch needed a map. I'm not sure you need a map. You probably don't need it. We don't actually have a type for that right now. I mean, our type is actually message. This would be like at message. All right, and I'm going to take a break. That is my medication reminder. We'll be back in a few. Oh. 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 Okay. Okay. Well, that one doesn't work.
I fucking up hit her. What the fuck?
Got her.
Nice.
That means we can carry down 16 pounds of stuff. Or, I mean, God only knows what this is. This probably brings us to like another map. At least the wolves can't get you when you climb. Okay. What the fuck?
I still gotta get a boar. Hey, Chibi! Hi! Let's go to the inn and rest. Oh crap.
We're back. All right. This. This, if anything, would have been in HTML before. Okay, so that was the entire app. And the tabs, if they had their own menu and donation. All right, so you're on main.elm. Got message problems again. Oh yeah, these are all sub messages. $28. Donut model, donut command, watch model, watch command. Ah, so this is the two inits. Trying to match tuples of case of it. Oh, because one of these I think had to get a dummy argument because of the type of the new program. Whoa there. Something's off by like one field somewhere. Yeah, we haven't done all. Oh, this needs an identity as well. Okay, we got past the compile. And there's still the admin page. All right, so what else do we need? All right, what's specific to this? That's all the backend server stuff. We'll need to nice. And what's my config on? It is on local. The web might be just kind of a dummy. Of actual data update. No, okay, so no, right, and then all of the node stuff. doesn't work under. When we do the actual web server, we'll need that. I wasn't actually using. I probably. Was I just using? Oh, maybe I was just using straight up static. So you might be. Oh, okay. So our JavaScript side signature change. And I never finished going through this either. Moved, rent, well, a bunch of those. Is we're to took care of. Weren't using those. Doesn't explicitly talk about JavaScript side. One of this thing that defines the complete. Maybe when they come to flags, elm.main.init. Actually, no, it public donate main. All right, so it's not full screen. That is element, so it has nodes. JavaScript interop. So web apps, we call it document. Well, isn't a document with flags? I might still have to pass it as flags. Elm is undefined. Well, if Elm is undefined, we've got other problems. So if we're watching main, public main.js, not like that wasn't found. Right, because it's a file, so there's no actual web. Does that mean there's no request for resources? Main.js. Okay, so file requests aren't put in as work at all. I can't see the contents of what it. Maybe. What is it? Sources? Okay, so it got this. Index. Separate file for development. Index.html admin. That was the old watch page. Separate request. 787. And we did, in fact, yeah, we fetched all the subfiles. It detected that. All stack scopes. Elm undefined. Well, we got info and menu. Oh, shoot. Elm not support required JS. It needs an option for that? Function scope. Update function. What is the final? Is it called this? I don't see the wrapper mechanics. Well, that could be. Well, in that case, that would need to require it and not alias think. So it would just be globally defined. Require might have hooks for. Port docs. Well, that would have removed my old stuff. I haven't compiled. Yeah, so this had the bootstrap stuff, or the JS wrap. Yeah, no discussion. A lot of people have moved on like Webpack and whatnot. Okay, so require JS stocks then. What is the recommended way to deal with global functions? I know if I do it with like jQuery and stuff. As the global variable in jQuery, even when it detects. Yes, advises against the use of global functions. Done them. Conflict. I might require JS. Still jQuery specific stuff. Rewrite jQuery to jQuery. This will not work. Register something in jQuery. Not. AMD compatible. You want to namespace. Calls no conflict. No jQuery. Named libraries. Doesn't say what this file name is. Oh, jQuery private module and jQuery private.js. And this maps jQuery private to that. I probably don't need to do a lot of stuff. Just seeing if there's any things. I think I do have a config. Might be under advanced. Nope, not that one. Guy? Mission functions. Loading JavaScript files. Simple answer is probably just stop calling it Elm and global one. Configuration option. Yes, that to that. Base URL paths. Bundle. Browser global. Script should be loaded before. So that's just for dependency. Export. So basically it's telling it what variable to grab. Do I have config file? I think in my runtime debug usage, I don't. I probably have. Possibly have. What does base URL include? No, this doesn't seem to specify a. All right, so try that. That was you. Percent. An object with a field name. All right, so this might be the thing where it probably need this to be. Quick check here. Yep. Okay, it requires flags to be an explicit option. Oh, and I am going to need a static server. Of course, that it wasn't at the core's request. There was just no server there, so it didn't. No, I need you. All right, for this to be fully operational, we need maybe some of the Windows stuff, not DB. The database. Some of the customization I have to do doesn't give me necessarily the benefit of just form and start a bunch of stuff, but it does contain all the commands I need. I mean, I could probably make a standard like Windows dev thing. I just worry about drift between files. That's dev. I think we need would effectively be web. Emulate polls for backend. Once is for polling. And you might need to have database. All right, so no error there. This is probably an response, but it succeeded. And we don't have a WebSocket poll. I think this goes node info server. Yep, and now we've got data from some prior year. Oh, yeah, this is actually capture data from the phone. I have not. Yeah, that was just menu data. I may have not configured the feed for this. I don't think there's anything in the dev end file, but oh right, that's down. Well, possibly some old API. Ooh, we're last set to live. Which I suppose that could then be the run. Get another window up. Oh, what were my available feeds? Oh, right, because you are the data. So probably not V2. What? The database in it. Yeah, that's going to be server debugging, I guess. Oh, I might need to run the polar once. Maybe in a couple times. When? New donations too. Something. Oh, yep. And we do have a polling backstop here. We got something in there. All right, so that is our initial conversion. We'll have to put the WebSockets in. All right, so I added the file. I haven't actually. Add that. I think the directory was just like icon, which I haven't actually used that here. There might be some place. Uh, and at this point, in RM Elm package, because those aren't going to be actually useful to us because we can't change the code. And by that token, well, I guess leaving the support files around. Rock file, notes. Right, I'll make change. Some notes. Oh, we haven't done admin yet. Probably just as well do that in 2 steps. Well, I might have actually touched a few of those things. No, so notes. 19. Move regex. Hopefully. We're gonna have WebSockets. Actually, updating the admin command, admin page might be enough to kind of carry us through today. I've actually gone through the soft food stuff pretty fast, so I don't need to do an extra little grocery run here. Well, a lot of that was the first day when it was. You know, actually, what I forgot to do. Minus B, just in case. And leave behind tag. All right, so if we pop over to this one, and maybe there are reasons to have both of them running, but for now, one at a time. So we are initially in, that's admin.elm. We got the WebSocket thing going on again. I guess I don't actually have to have sub none. This could have been put in as a poll as well, but that'll get us past compilation. There. String. That must be string from int. List value, a value. Maybe there was a little change in the JSON encode API. Matching matches. On list. JSON encode string. Matching matches. Argument is list value. Affects a to value. Maybe a list handle altogether change. This is encoder. List. Encoder of a list. We should have string. I thought this operator would not be doing specifically controlling that priority, but used here? No? Okay, so that wasn't it. List value. Affects a to value. Wait. Oh, they changed this to actually be list of string. You don't have to match. There, regex. I'll open to once again. That looks like the exact same thing. Donation. This code is probably pretty derived from each other. There's a program. Right, because we're still saying, but I think I included that in my document pattern. You shouldn't need you expose. You're really just going to use document. Browser document. That. That was doing the whole map thing. Launch view document. admin view, document. Public. Oh, I should probably be in source when I do any searching. We've got a node modules here, and that's going to take forever to search. Public admin.html. Donation admin. So you've got an AV message. Document messages. App messages. Cannot find admin.view. Because we have to expose it. HTTP send module. Okay, we got 3 of them. That one's going to have a pretty close big pretty close correspondence to this. And maybe there's a map error in there. Yep. Fetch donations does not do map error. Might have some error type. And coder. Not donations. Donation.decode. Donations. And this one actually probably was in WatchMod. And then we've got the complicated one. I'm pretty sure I already converted this thing to ports as an exercise in preparation for this. I might have been able to get a version of port socket to port first. But, oh well. I think there may have still been some changes. All right. So this has to have some correspondence to some version of. This is sending by method. Okay, so that's you coming back and needing to actually send something. Sign argument. ACL factory, so I guess admin main? And but actually something that, oh no, there were signed message requests. Must have. Okay, so you're delete, put, delete. That is in fact a variable, which could be interesting if we do like an enumerated type or something. So get post request, yeah, method string. Okay, so HTTP request is still a thing. It's going to be a little bit different if I recall. URL's a string. JSON body. String body, JSON body. Message, JSON to body. So that's probably fine. Potential method request. Thought I found, doesn't have a. Right, body, expect string response. Presumably we did that for a reason, although maybe the other things are. Oh yeah, because these are pretty much all commands apparently. Timeout, nothing. With credentials became Rocker. All right, now what can we do with a request? We can get certain things, we can post certain things. Oh, well, command message, I guess request is in and of itself. You have to do something special to get a task. Oh, expect message. Expect string. Expect whatever. Does not matter. Ignore it. For example, you might want this when uploading files. Oh, in fact, that actually seems a lot like this. It's still a error. Oh. It can still return errors. Well, that was a result. Oh, it receives a result to a message. This used to take a function that returned a result, so that this format may have changed a little. And that was a thing that did a result. Expect whatever. Result error nothing. Nothing. That seems to be kind of okay. Cannot find an option. I didn't import it. For donation? No, that's donation. A separate file? No. Where am I using this? Error. Well, I must have used this in the, what did I pull this out of? Donation big game info. Oh, okay. Apparently that slid before. There's our picky arguments again. Message too many places. Not game data. Error. 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 Absurd. Receive. It's just a string. How about just don't use a name? I guess I could have done the arrows the other way here. Would have worked. Would be a closer correspondence to the old code. Is there another message? Oh, there was. Uh-oh. Oh, this is the result type again. String.string, JSON decoder.error. Got game info can come. HTTP mapping to string. Result string. Okay, so this is going to turn into a longer pipeline. Result.map error. Now, we did have two of these things. Receive update. Got update, got update. So it's actually that one. Matched model. Yep. Same thing. However, you don't have to exist in multiple places. In fact, update might not. In fact, it does not. It would just have to be retyped. Yes. That one. HTTP error, list donation, JSON decode error. Only used in one place. JSON decode error. JSON decodified a message, but the Eve model says it should be a message. That one may not have needed to change. Map error. Not game info. HTTP error, list game info. Option. Receive options indeed. Gameinfo.decode.route. I copy this from game info. List game info. Option. Map options for rounds. Rounds is just info. This really comes down to what you were expecting. Game info says we're expecting a list game info. Oh. I probably wasn't very careful when I did this. All right, document. Oh, this is the knit again. You don't actually need arguments. You were a program never before. We can't take that. And not compile. Yep, that's the JS. All right, so what's your Elm isn't defined. We still haven't done. No, it's not this. Public admin main. You don't have argument. You're just a knit. And we have to not do this. So that the global can stay defined. This one. Yep. Yeah, so if you're still here, Ron Cat, this is This is the editing interface. There'd have to be something here for like approved. And it was just me. I just look at it and say, "Up, that's wrong." I'll edit it here. That'll update the in-game thing, and then I can execute. So I'd have to start dealing with some kind of approved flag, but either that or the puppet master would just kind of hit the execute button. It wouldn't be quite as instantaneous. Well, and then you have the danger of hitting something that hadn't actually been checked yet. So you might want to throw a flag around. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to look into. I know all the PA stuff has been redone. Do we have OAuth support yet? Because that would make it easier to say I know these PA accounts. Now, if there were other people using this, I might want to put a few more protections on some of these reset buttons. The original purpose of this page was literally just to have this clear button here. If I needed to do some quick edits of stuff. Now I'm using it more for this part. So I might want to have a confirmed dialogues or a separate area for extreme. But it compiles. Admin. And that is a pretty reasonably. Well, it's the time I want to wrap up. And getting things at least running for a version change like that is still a step. So getting WebSockets working again would be the next step. Then we can look at like if OAuth and option. That's it for now. I want to eat lunch. I might be a little bit late coming back because I gotta get some grocery. Gotta do a grocery run. Thanks to BeginBot for bringing some friends. Let's remind. And this is about when I'm usually on. So far, there hasn't been any major disruptions due to surgery. Now, normally at this time, I would be going on to do some Step Mania. That is have the exercises against doctor's orders for a little bit. The paperwork said only like 5 days. I might give it a little bit longer just to be safe. I've got a checkup next week too, so that'll be some extra confirmation. Oh, but I've talking about what is it? Alright, so game modding. Oh. It's cool to hang out. Fresh Meat is working on a Minecraft. Oh, didn't have any on that one. I'll sometimes note if people are like, I don't do a whole lot of swearing. Some people do. But I did not know. So, someplace cool to hang out. That's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks, Frank. Goodbye, Nintendo.